Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. Well, it is that time of year again where I go through everything I own a physical CD of, and I know I'm going to try and change this up for next year. So, at the moment, the plan currently is just show everything I own at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year, I'll just show everything that I've gotten through that year, and kind of change it up, see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see how this video goes and see if you guys enjoy it. So as usual, it'll be the same format I've been doing the past couple of years while I've done these videos. Going to be A through Z are the same and numbers at the end. Then, yeah, for any R's, I have a collection for. They're going to be in order by title, again, A through Z. I just try to keep this organized of what I have. But yeah, I guess I'll quit rambling on and, kind of end this intro. So, yeah, I can get through my, 110 albums I currently own. Alright, so here we are with the A's. Kicking us off is Stiff Upper Lip by AC/DC. Next is Little South of Sandy by Aerosmith. Then Who I Am by Alan Jackson. And lastly, finishing us off is Diamond's Dance Force, Ava Max. Alright, now for the B's. For whatever reason, I see I'm missing this first one I have written down, but, it's Millennium by Backstreet Boys. Again, I guess I must have misplaced it somewhere, but I know I did have a copy of this album at some point. Next is Another Life by Big Time Rush. Then BTR, UK edition, Big Time Rush. Then Elevate, Big Time Rush. And 24/7 Deluxe Edition by Big Time Rush. Then Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. Then I have Billy Joel, The Complete Hits Collection, 1973 to 1997 by Billy Joel. Then I have The Best of Billy Ray Cyrus by Billy Ray Cyrus. Then Legend by Bob Marley and the Wailers. Then Greatest Hits by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Then Britney by Britney Spears. Then Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears. And closing us off for the B's is Unorthodox Jukebox by Bruno Mars. Now, moving on to the C's. Starting us off, we have Let's Talk About Love by Celine Dion. I know it's missing the booklet in there, but, the that one was one of the albums I was given, and it was just missing ever since I had it. Next is Jackpot by Chingy. Then I have A Fan of a Fan, Deluxe Edition by Chris Brown, Tyga. Alright, then I have Music of the Spheres by Coldplay. And finishing us off with The Seas is My Own Prison by Creed. That is another one I was given to, and that one unfortunately didn't have a case, so I'm just keeping it in a sleeve I have to try and keep it protected. Now, moving on to the D's, kicking us off, I have Break the Spell Deluxe Edition by Daughtry. Next, I have Daughtry's self-named album. Then I also have David Cook's self-named album. And finishing us off is No Angel by Dido. Now, moving on to the E's, I have Plus by Ed Sheeran. Then I have Equals by Ed Sheeran. I know I should swap those two around after, realizing that Equals starts with E and Plus starts with P, but, I'll have to fix that error on my list, and for the next video, I should hopefully have it corrected. Then I also have Subtract by Ed Sheeran, and finishing us off with the E's is Music to Be Murdered by Side B Deluxe Edition by Eminem. At the moment, I don't own any albums by an artist whose name starts with the letter F. So, moving on to the G's, I have Double Live by Garth Brooks, the Christmas album by the Glee cast. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in there so you guys can have a little laugh. I kind of like, keeping some of these the things I screw up with in some of my videos, so, you guys can have a little laugh as well, as, I laugh at myself for just some of the dumbest things I screw up with just saying, so I'm like, if I can have at least one or two in this video, that'll be alright with me. And finishing us off with the G's is Saint Elsewhere by Gnarls Barkley. So now I'm moving on to the H's and I's. I'm just combining these two as I only own one album by an artist name who starts with the letter H, and I own a couple albums by an artist whose name starts with the letter I. So let's go ahead, hop right into this. So for the one and only H I have is Snowden by Hanson. And again, I was just given this album, a couple years back, and this one didn't have a case for it, so I've been keeping it in a sleeve that I have. Now for the I's, I have Evolve by Imagine Dragons. I feel, that's more or less so one of my favorites out of their last three they've done. But I have Mercury, Act 1, Imagine Dragons. Fine. Mercury Acts 1 and 2 by Imagine Dragons. If I would have known they were going to be doing that, I wouldn't have even bothered purchasing Act 1 by itself, because it looks like Act 2 wasn't going to be sold by itself, but instead in the pack of X1 and 2 combined together. Next, I have Night Visions Deluxe Edition by Imagine Dragons. Then I have Origins by Imagine Dragons. I feel personally it's their worst album, but I purchased it just to have a complete collection of their albums, and I do enjoy their works, but I feel some of their hits seems to be more radio friendly and in a way generic. And finishing us off with the Eyes is Smoke and Mirrors Deluxe Edition by Imagine Dragons. Now, sliding into the J's, I have 9 by Jason Aldean. Then I have Talk Dirty by Jason Derulo. Then I have Watch the Throne, the collaboration album between Kanye West and Jay-Z. Then I have Happiness Begins by Jonas Brothers. Then Purpose by Justin Bieber. Then Justice, Target exclusive by Justin Bieber. Justice, Walmart exclusive by Justin Bieber. Future Sex, Love Sounds by Justin Timberlake. And finishing us off, the 2020 Experience, the complete collection by Justin Timberlake. And both of these albums turned 10 this year, which I can't believe. And I do enjoy both of these albums. I feel I enjoy the first half a lot more than the second half, but I feel they're two of his better albums to date. Now, onto the K's. I have Donda by Kanye West, and it looks like this one, if you, have been paying attention, knows, gives back the best reflection onto my phone that I'm using to record alongside, the table I'm having it stand upon. And if I move it to the left, you can see literally everything else reflects into it, as well as the right. So yeah, I kind of get to see a nice little view of the area I'm recording in. And yeah. Alright, next I have Graduation by Kanye West. And finishing us off for the keys is Welcome to the Fishbowl, Kenny Chesney. Now, moving on to the L's, I have Born This Way, Special Edition by Lady Gaga. Then Norman fucking Rockwell by Lana Del Rey. And this, coincidentally, is the only album I own that has a cuss word in the title. Then I have Breakside by the Lumineers. One of my favorite albums of theirs. And finishing us off, I have 20th Century Masters by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Their version of it that was made from. And yeah, it is said here that the last remaining member or I should say, last original member of the band, passed away earlier this year. And I know I mentioned it in one of my streams recently, but it is sad to hear it. And I do feel they had some enjoyable works. Now, moving on to the M's, I have The Heist by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Then I have Ben by Macklemore, his solo release from earlier this year. Then I have Jordy by Maroon 5, which I personally feel is their worst album to date, or at least one of their worst albums to date. Then I have Overexposed by Maroon 5, which I feel, in my opinion, is their last great and enjoyable album, even if a lot of the tracks starts to get kind of generic with a lot of these oohs and ahs throughout. But personally, I feel it is their last best album to date. Then I have Yourself or Someone Like You by Matchbox 20. Then I have Michael Jackson, Number Ones by Michael Jackson. Then Thriller by Michael Jackson, as well as Thriller 40 by Michael Jackson. So that one contains the original album, and the second disc includes more or less some demos and some cut tracks and other unreleased tracks. So, yeah, can't believe that album turned 40 last year. And I feel it is an enjoyable album, still all this time later. Now, I'm gonna move on to the N's and O's, as both of these are short, as I only own 3 albums for the N's and 3 albums also for the O's. So for the N's, I have All the Right Reasons by Nickelback, as well as their album Get Rollin', which was released last year. Then I have No Strings Attached by NSYNC. Now for the O's, I have Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, which is her most recent release, and I felt it was a decent album, especially coming off of her debut album. And speaking of it, here's her debut album, Sour. And lastly, for the O's, I have Human, Deluxe Edition by One Republic. Now, moving on to the P's. First, I have The Truth About Love by Pink. Then I have Austin by Post Malone, his release from this year, which I didn't feel was too bad. Then I have Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. Then I have 12 Karat Toothache by Post Malone. Then 1999 by Prince. Yeah, classic album right here. And I also have Purple Rain, the 2017 expanded edition by Prince and the Revolution. So yeah, this is an enjoyable one in my opinion. The first CD is of course the original album. The second one is from the vault and previously unreleased tracks. Then the third and final CD is single edits and B-sides, and it also comes with a DVD of a live concert. that says was performed back in 1985. And yeah, and in the booklet it does come with some commentary and whatnot that I can read. And yeah, that is all for the P's. Then I currently do not own any albums by an artist whose name starts with the letter Q, but for the letter R, the only one I have is one I burned last year, and it's A Very Rucka Christmas, The Second Coming by Rucka Rucka Alley. Now, moving on to the S's, I have Supernatural by Santana. Then I have Come On Over by Shania Twain. Then Astro Lounge by Smash Mouth. Classic album. Rest in peace, Steve Harwell, the lead singer of Smash Mouth. He passed away back in September. Then I have We're All Somebody from Somewhere by Steven Tyler. Then I have Runaway Boys, a retrospective by Stray Cats. And lastly, I have Twice the Speed of Life by Sugarland. Alright, now moving on to the T's, I have Lord of the Flies and Birds and Bees by Talk, and I just recently got this album, so I haven't had quite a chance to open it quite yet. Then I have Beautiful Eyes by Taylor Swift. Then Evermore by Taylor Swift. Fearless by Taylor Swift. And this album turns 15 this year already. Then Fearless, Taylor's version. Then Folklore by Taylor Swift. Lover by Taylor Swift. Midnights by Taylor Swift. Then Red by Taylor Swift. This album just turned 10 last year, which I couldn't believe myself. Then I have Red, Taylor's version. Then I have Speak Now. Then Speak Now, Taylor's version. Then I have her self-named album, Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift. Then I have 1989, Taylor's version by Taylor Swift. Then I have the original 1989. This album is going to be turning 10 next year. And yeah, finishing us off for the T's, I have Greatest Hits 2 by Toby Keith. And I also have House of Music by Tony. So yeah, seems like the T's are the heaviest section I own for album-wise, mainly because of one artist, which I do personally enjoy. So yeah, there is that. Well, one album I forgot to pull out is Reputation by Taylor Swift. I just realized when I went over to the rack I have, which I literally have sitting over here just to pull the albums off and, you know, just kind of show them quickly and state the name and artist. But, you know, I guess I must have just forgot to pull that album off to show it, announce the name, and yeah, I practically do own every studio album that she has put out. I just don't own every extended play she has released, but that may be a goal for me sometime in the future, just to get every single extended play she has released on a physical copy. Now, this one, I know it's going to be one of the quicker ones I have, but this one for use, I only own one album, and that is Raymond v. Raymond by Usher. So there's that, short and simple for the use. Alright, so now I'm moving right into the V's. If you guys have seen these videos here before on my channel, then, you know, a lot of these albums are going to be from various artists. So yeah, let's go ahead, take a dive right into it. So first is Dope Mixtape by, of course, various artists. Then Merry Christmas 2005 by various artists. Then Midview Class of 1982 by various artists. So that one was just, someone burned some popular songs of that time onto a CD and I guess handed one out to everyone who went to the school, which, this was given to one of my aunts, and she ended up giving it to me eventually because she didn't want it. Then I have Mixtape number 1 by various artists. Then I have Now That's Why I Call Music 9 by various artists, as well as Now That's Why I Call Music 65 by various artists. Then I have Top Tunes Male Pop by various artists. Then Toys for Tots by various artists. Then I tried popping this one in, and I'm not really sure what they are. I guess I should just play them in one of the players I have, just see what they are. But when I put this into, the computer just to see what all it was, it essentially brought up some foreign songs I'm not familiar with. So yeah, I guess I'll have to dive into that one day and see what exactly is even on that CD. Then I have We Wish You a Merry Christmas by various artists. And lastly, finishing off the V's, I have Extreme Sessions by various artists. Now, I'm hopping into the W's. So, kicking us off, I have Bring Down the Horse by The Wallflowers. Then I have After Hours by The Weeknd. Personally, one of my favorites of his. Then I have Beauty Behind the Madness by The Weeknd. Then I have Dawn FM by The Weeknd. I personally enjoy the first half of that album, more or less so over the second half, but still, there were tracks I personally enjoyed on that album. Then I have Starboy by The Weeknd. And finishing us off for the W's, I have the Essential Weird Al Yankovic by Weird Al Yankovic. Now, hopping into the Y's, I only have one album in here, and that is Let's Get It, Thug Motivation 101 by Young Jeezy. And I might as well throw this in here as well, but I currently do not own any albums from an artist whose name starts with the letter Z, and I also currently do not own any albums by an artist whose name starts with a number. Now, last but not least, I'm always show these off, which are two sets of CDs I made a little bit of compilations of. These albums essentially contain hits of the 2000s and 2010s. A bunch of hits from those, but they do also contain some hits of the 80s and 90s as well. So yeah, there is that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it may be a little bit lengthy the time I edit this whole thing together and whatnot, but as long as I get this out there, I'm at least happy with it. I also figured I might as well do this a little bit earlier in the month than I usually do, with a planned release date of around December 1st or December 2nd of this video, just depending on when I want it to go out for everyone to watch and view and, even comment. So, yeah, as compared to the middle of the month, which I've typically done it, around the middle of December. But yeah, I know I'll probably be picking up a few new albums between here and probably the middle of February. The next time I do another video like this, just displaying all the albums I currently own. And again, going back to earlier in this video, next year I'm kind of planning on changing it up. So the beginning of next year, which will probably be right about February, which I've been doing it the past couple of years, that'll just be everything I currently own. So again, another one of these types of videos. Then this time next year, like end of November, early December, I'll just go through, show off everything I've gotten throughout the year, and I guess I'll name off everything else that I currently own and is part of my collection, so I feel like I'm not leaving anything out. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the holidays as they are slowly approaching now, and I hope you guys also have a great 2024 when it comes. And again, just kind of figured I'd get this video out just a little bit earlier than I usually do it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. And I do apologize for the length of this video, as I know it'll be a lengthier video than I typically do here on the channel.